Let's talk a little bit about marketing. And yes, I'm going to use my computer as a teleprompter here as we're talking about this. But we're going to talk a little bit about, just really quickly, about 21st century tourism marketing. Why tourism? It's really low-hanging economic development fruit. We've got a great head start here. We've got the assets, 200 lakes, 5 blue ribbon trout streams, over 400,000 acres of forest. We've got those assets. And if folks come here and have a great time, 70% of them are going to come back. Of those who come back, if they come back multiple times, we have an opportunity to capture them. Maybe they'll choose to build a vacation home here, to retire here, to come here and work. That's really what the long game is. That's why we're doing this, to get more people coming in here, discovering it, using tourism as not only a short-term economic development tool, but as a long-term economic development tool. So what are we selling? We're selling outdoor recreation. Basically, woods and water. That's really what's going on here. One of the fastest growing sectors in tourism is outdoor recreation tourism. And here's a couple facts here. Every year, Americans spend more on water sports gear than movie tickets. That's 14 billion compared to 11 billion. Americans spend more on cycling and skateboarding equipment than video games, which is huge and also is really a sigh of relief because those video games are sucking people's minds dry. More Americans participate in outdoor recreation each year than attend the NFL, NBA, MLB, and NHL combined. That's huge. In Michigan alone, outdoor recreation is responsible for 232,000 jobs statewide, 26 billion in annual consumer spending, and over 7 billion in wages and salaries. That's just Michigan. In the first congressional district, which is the UP and northern lower peninsula, residents in the district spend $1 billion annually on outdoor recreation. In short, it's a big deal. We want a piece of that pie, and we want to grab as much as we can in the right way. So how does tourism marketing work? Well, really, what you want to do is get people who don't know about Iron County yet to discover that. They need to know that we're here. Second, we want to inspire a call to action. Get them to go, hey, let's visit for the weekend, or let's go camping for a week. Get them to do something. And most importantly, when they get here, we want them to have an amazing experience. That's essential. So how do folks discover us? Well, one of the odd things and challenges that we have is when you're thinking of a place to go, you don't really think about searching on a county. It's kind of an odd geographic area. But there are places and counties in the United States who've utilized that regional approach to be the thing that people search for. If you think about Napa Valley in California, that is a region that people know about and search for. I bet none of us can name all the towns and communities in Napa Valley, but we know what's going on there. That's kind of how we want to look at Iron County, and we can also position ourselves as a great forward base of operations for exploring the rest of the western UP. So what we really need to do is we need to brand our region, combine our assets, that's the outdoor stuff, with compelling imagery and memorable graphics, icons, things like that, logos, and unify that marketing and message across the board so even folks who don't necessarily know Restaurant X and Business Y, they don't know them from Adam. If they see that iconography, they know and associates with that area, with our region. We also need to sell our hero experiences, those experiences that can only happen here, that are so spectacular that memories are created. So some examples would be a great day on the slopes at Ski Brule, then unwinding with friends afterwards, an amazing 18 holes of golf at Young's, and then chilling out at the Fire Brick Bar and Grill, floating the Paint River, and then having a great dinner at Paint River Landing, riding the ATV trails to Alpha, and then having some great craft brews when you get there, camping in a tent on the shore of Golden Lake or the Michigami backwaters, fly fishing in one of the greatest trout streams in the United States. That list goes on and on. Those are experiences that memories are built on. That's what we need to promote. So what do we mean by 21st century tourism marketing? Basically, it's combining old school and new school. First, there's traditional print marketing, the things like the visitor's guide brochures, things like that. Baby boomers, and there are a lot of our visitors are baby boomers, still love print media. They love something that they can take home, they can look through, they love brochures, they love that printed material. It's something they could hold in their hands. What we want to do, though, is utilize that, but also link that back to the internet and digital content. We want to make sure that they're always being able to experience things online where it's much easier to keep things up to date. Second, there's face-to-face marketing. That happens in our visitor center when people come in and want brochures and want to know what's going on. That also happens when we go to consumer trade shows like the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel Sports Show, or in 2019 we're going to try out Canoecopia in Madison, the largest canoeing and paddling show in the world. It's a chance where those people who are there specifically for discovering a new experience and a new place to go, and we can compel them with that marketing and that branding that we already talked about, and then the high touch of talking with them and getting them excited about things and getting them to have a call to action. Sometimes in a trade show, that's like an incentive, register to win some free nights of lodging and things like that. And third, and this is becoming even more and more important, and this is where the brunt of dollars and effort should be spent, utilizing those digital marketing channels. This is where we could really expand our reach and reach those new faces, those new minds who don't know Iron County yet. Things like Facebook, Google AdWords, and other online forms of marketing. We can script our ads to be exactly what we want them to be, and then we can match those with our audience. We can target specifically folks between the ages of 35 and 55 living in the Fox Valley who like kayaking. We can go to baby boomers in the Chicago suburbs who love fly fishing and camping. We can target those specifically. The other thing we need to work with, and this is essential and something that we're going to keep doing as professional development, is working with businesses to get them to own and claim their Google My Business, Yelp, and TripAdvisor listings, and make sure their Facebook listings are up to date. Because people who don't know us still use those tools to find our businesses. And then we also need to utilize the power of hashtags to encourage aggregate user-generated content. Pictures from people who are here having a great time on sites like Facebook and Instagram. And those are the pound sign followed by a couple different words like hashtag one stoplight or hashtag Youpers or hashtag 5 blue ribbon trout streams. Things like that allow people to sort on those hashtags and see the really cool content. And of course, when folks come here, we need them to have a memorable experience. That means pairing our amazing outdoors with an incredible customer service experience, going that extra mile with a smile, if you will, making sure they have a great experience and that we're all ambassadors. And that's something that Erica promotes all the time. We are concierges for Iron County. Make those people who are new to our region have a wonderful time. And it's a tall order, but working together, we can put together this plan that really bridges the old and the new, and we can maximize those marketing dollars and the time that we spent and get the message out to a new fan base who are going to fall in love with our little corner of the Northwoods. That's what we mean, and that's where we're working on 21st Century Tourism Marketing.